Hello everyone, Soljura here. In episode 4, we create 3 zones on the map: forest, cave, and wind. And for each zone, we manually fill the sound pockets inside the blueprint. Now, changing 3 of them by hand is manageable. But what if there is 100 zones? What if you have to create sound for hundreds of magic skills or items? Are you going to manually copy and assign sound with your mouse then? So today, we will build an automated system. We will create a single table, attach name tags, and let the system find the sound for us. The first thing to do is define the template. For the information we will put in the table, right-click on an empty space in the contents browser, go to the blueprint menu and click Structure. Let's name it ST Ambient Sound and double-click to open it. Once the window opens, click the Add Variable button at the top to create 4 slots. The first slot is a pocket for sound files. Let's name it Wave Asset. In the Details panel on the right, search for sound wave as a variable type, set it to Object Reference, and change it to Array. The second and third slots are pitch min and pitch max to change the sound pitch. Set the variable type to float. Float means a number with a decimal point. We use float because pitch needs precise adjustment like 0.1 or 0.5. The last one is volume to control the sound level. Set this to float as well. Now we have the framework. Our table holds sound files, pitch, and volume. Save and close the window. Since we have the framework, let's create the actual table and fill in the content. Right-click on an empty space again. This time, go to Miscellaneous and click Data Table. Click None and select the ST Ambient Sound we just made. Let's name it DT Ambient Sound. Open this data table, you can see what we entered earlier, right? Click the Add button to create the first raw. Let's write Wind in the raw name. You will see the 4 slots we create at the bottom. Put the existing files into the wave asset, just select all and drag them in. We will set the pitch range very wide, from -6.5 to 8.7. This makes the changes obviously. Let's set the volume to 1. Click the button again to create cave and forest, insert the wave asset and enter your desired number. Save it and let's open BP Wind as our representative example. Let's delete the existing wind sound variable. And let's create another variable, named it zone name, and set the variable type to the pink name. Click the closed eye icon next to the variable name to open it. This allows us to manually type this is wind in the map later. Now, drag from the white pin of Fade In, find the Get Data Table raw, and connect it. We will put our DT Ambient Sound in the data table slot. Those with good application skills might have noticed, you can also make this data table a variable for inject data tables externally. Anyway, connect the zone name variable we just made to the raw name slot. Next, drag out the outlaw pin and type break. Then, the information we load in ST Ambient Sound pops out on the right side on the node. First, plug the wave asset pin into the random get item node input we made in episode 4. Then, search for set float parameter. Make sure to select the one labeled audio. Bring out 3 of these nodes and connect pitch min, pitch max, and volume. Do not forget to plug the audio component into the target. Can you guess what goes into the in-name slot of set float parameter? Yes, it obviously needs to match the input names we will create in MetaSound later. Let's make them pitch min, pitch max, and volume. Don't forget to connect the white execution lines. The wires are a mess, so let me clean them up. Wire management is probably the most annoying part of blueprints. We are almost there. Now let's make MetaSound receive these numbers. Open MetaSound and click the plus button in the Inputs tab on the left. Create pitch min, pitch max, and volume, exactly matching the names and cases sent from the blueprint. They are created as float by default, so no need to touch the type. Since we provide values externally, there is no need to turn knobs around too. Just change the widget under the details panel to none. Now, we will pull out a random float from the pitch shift of the wave player. Connect it well between onPlay and the wave player, and drag our pitch min and pitch max and connect them to the min and max pins. Finally, for volume, pull out the multiply audio by float node from the out pin, and connect it between wave player's out pins and the output pins. Pay attention, you need two of them because it is stereo. Let's head out to the game screen. Delete the other existing actors and copy and paste the wind actor we made earlier. Change their names and change the print strings too so you do not get confused. Place the actor in the desired zone, click it and look at the right window to find the zone name slot we opened the eye for. Just type in the name tag we wrote in the table, wind, cave, and forest. Shall we jump into the game and check? A random sound among the three we put in the data table, placed at a random pitch and the volume you set. You are now free from the tedious task of manually dragging wave assets into actors. This is very simple right now, but the practical utility of this data table in the field is huge. As the game builds get complex, it is common to just attach name tags and let the system patch the data automatically, rather than directly inserting assets into maps or actors. The prime example is the sound for hundreds or thousands of items and magic skills. Take an RPG game for instance. The variety is immense, from weapons to consumables and various magic skills. You do not create 100 blueprints or manually assign assets just because there are 100 skills. You organize everything inside a single massive data table with skill name tags and their corresponding sounds, pitches, and volumes or anything else. Then, when a character casts a skill, the system just looks at the name tag, scans the data from the table, and automatically finds and plays the sound. Okay? Next time, we will dive deep into MetaSound and tweak various nodes and settings. That is all for today. See you in the next video.